Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? We're gonna have a problem here. Y'all act like you never seen a white person before.
Eminem has had his ups and downs, having been around for so long and starting a new era of rap music for generations to come. Eminem is definitely a legendary character in the music world. Just the other day, Eminem dropped his long-awaited album, Revival, for his longtime and also newer fans to enjoy.
I've been a liar, been a thief, been a lover, been a cheat on my sin.
However, after a couple days of release, the song River has been climbing to the top of the charts on music platforms all over. So in this video, we are going to go over 10 things you probably missed in Eminem's River featuring Ed Sheeran. Don't forget to hit that like button down below, also subscribe to the channel so you'll never miss another video. But let's jump right into the list.
He's coming home with his neck scratched to catch black, sweat jackets and dress slacks, mismatched.
The first thing we are going to cover today is an outline of the entire song as a whole, and what it truly means to Eminem as a musical artist. River covers the struggle of a previous failing relationship between Eminem and his ex-girlfriend. The story starts off talking about a man who's been cheating on his girlfriend. The girl finds out what is happening, and she seeks revenge by cheating on him with Eminem. M knows what's going on, but continues to go with the flow to bring out the romanticism in his heart. So then here's where Ed Sheeran comes in, with his swift, calming voice. Ed Sheeran, who collaborates with Eminem for the first time, sings a powerful verse as a man who wants to be washed of all of his wrongdoings.
I've been a liar, been a thief, been a lover, been a cheat. All my sins need holy water.
As the title of the song, River, probably stands for the idea of flowing out one's sins as they float down the stream of a river. The message portrayed in the song is very deep and has a lot of important meaning to it. So that's why we wanted to make this video for you all today. However, we have a lot more to cover, so keep on watching.
Well, little one, I don't want to admit to something. If all it's gonna cause is pain, truth in my lies right now are falling like the rain, so let the river run.
The song commences with a sweet verse by Ed Sheeran. Ed sings about how he's been a liar, a thief, a lover, and a cheat, and how all of his sins need holy water. As Ed states at the end of this verse, truth and my lies right now are falling like the rain, so let the river run. This line is one of the most important aspects of the song, as it has a whole lot of secret meaning to it. More specifically, the river that Ed Sheeran is singing about is the Jordan River, which is talked about in the Bible. It's also known for being the river in which Jesus was baptized. Ed Sheeran hit this opening verse right on the spot, with a nice flow to it, and a great slow opening to a meaningful song. As the song progresses, we figure out more and more secrets that Eminem is trying to give off to his listeners.
She just wants to exact revenge and get back. It's a chess match. She's on his back like a jetpack.
Our next secret we have discovered in the song comes from the line, "It's a chess match. She's on his back like a jetpack." Chess is a popular game, played throughout the world. However, Eminem uses the reference to chess as a way to give off a powerful message to his lyrics. In a game of chess, the objective of each player is to checkmate the other player's king. A checkmate is made when one player traps the other king in a spot where it's impossible to move. Eminem uses chess as a way to give off a very deep meaning to his song. Also, as we talked about in the last fact, the song is based on a girl trying to get back at her boyfriend for doing wrong. In chess, a key to winning is to think moves ahead. So the girl is already thinking ahead about what her cheating boyfriend is going to do, while also cheating back at him with Eminem. And finally, in the line, "on someone's back," it means to watch a person and all their moves, while making sure they make no wrongdoings. So all in all, Eminem used a very complex game of chess to explain the complex relationship he's going through in the song. So if love is a chess game, checkmate for Eminem, right? Anyway, let's move on to the next crazy secret in the River song.
Relationships hanging by a strand. So she's been on the web lately. Says maybe she'll be my Gwen Stacy.
Later on, in Eminem's first verse, he raps the following line, "So she's been on the web lately. Says maybe she'll be my Gwen Stacy, the Spider-Man." A lot of people are left confused as these lyrics just really don't make much sense. Who is Gwen Stacy? The Spider-Man? What does Eminem even say? Well, Eminem actually took a character from the hit movie and comic book series Spider-Man. We all know who Spider-Man is. Superhero who can cling the walls, make spiderwebs coming out his hands, super strength. Yeah, that guy. However, if you aren't really a comic book geek yourself, Gwen Stacy is a character in the Spider-Man comic books who has a huge crush on Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker, his real identity. Eminem actually used a very cool technique of portraying two messages in this line. Eminem used the word web to reference his prior lyric about the girl who was cheating using the internet, or the World Wide Web, and also Spider-Man and the web. You see the relationship? Eminem also refers to the webs that Spider-Man uses to save the day in his stories. To add on to all of this, Eminem has actually made similar correlations to superheroes and his love interests in his hit song song Love the Way You Lie. Maybe Eminem is secretly a huge comic book fan. We may never know, but there is definitely some speculation about this after he's used superheroes twice in his songs now. Interesting to think about that.
So I revert to the studio like hole in the wall diners. Don't have to be reserved in a booth.
Moving on to Eminem's second verse in the song, we have a secret hidden message in the line, so I revert to the studio like hole-in-the-wall diners. Don't have to be reserved in a booth. So let's break down what Eminem means specifically by hole-in-the-wall diner. Hole-in-the-wall diner is a slang reference for a restaurant that is very underrated, not very popular, despite being really quality and fancy. Typically a place that has cheap, low-quality equipment, furniture, and etc., but still provides the best food and entertainment on any given night. Eminem is stating that he goes back to his studio, which is similar to a hole-in-the-wall diner. Although being very open-minded in his lyrics, Eminem is not known as a very outgoing person, and when he finds himself feeling down, he then silently goes back to the studio booth, where he's able to talk about or sing about whatever he has on his mind. Also, Eminem says that the booth doesn't have to be reserved, as opposed to a restaurant. All in all, Eminem is trying to tell us that the studio is one of his safety places for himself to reflect on his life. His recording booth is his one-of-a-kind place, where he can be alone and have no distractions.
I just feel like the person who I'm turning into, irreversible. I prayed on you like it's church at the pew, and now that I got you, I don't want you. Took advantage of my thirst to pursue.
Next up on our list, we have another line from the hit rapper Eminem. Eminem sings, I just feel like the person who I'm turning into is irreversible. I prayed on you like it's church at the pew, and now that I got you, I don't want you. Took advantage of my thirst to pursue. As most of you Eminem fans probably know, back in the day he actually broke up with his wife. Eminem uses this line to describe his personality that eventually ended his relationship with his ex-wife, Kim Mathers. This isn't the first time that Eminem has referenced this breakup. M touched briefly about this as well on his apology track, That Husband. Eminem is admitting to his wrongdoings and turning to the church for assistance. The line suggests that he prays for help from his desires. Eminem used the word pray to give off two meanings. He prayed on his wife like an animal stalks their food, but also prayed to the church for forgiveness of his wrongfulness. Eminem wants to let his listeners know that he took advantage of his wife and he was in the wrong. Maybe he's wanting to get her back, or maybe he wants to apologize again. It's not clear, yet as the album just dropped, but the recurring theme of love is definitely a speculation of this rumor.
Why do I do this dirt that I do? Get on my soapbox and preach my sermon and speech detergent.
Moving on, we have another line from Eminem that goes as the following. Get on my soapbox and preach my sermon and speech. Not a surprise, another holy reference. However, Eminem uses this line to get a deeper meaning of his music. This line is a combination of both politics and Christianity. A soapbox, which he references, is a raised platform which is commonly used to make public speeches, specifically political-based speeches. A sermon is a public talking about a political or religious belief. Eminem has recently shown a lot of hate towards Donald Trump. He does not believe in Donald's presidency and frequently talks about this. He even had his fans chant against Donald in one of his recent concerts. And for the icing on the cake, Eminem even released a 7-minute long track where he goes off on Donald. While Donald Trump is not a direct reference to the song, it is pretty clear that Eminem used this line to state that he's not with Donald's political ways. Very clever on Eminem's part for sure. The secret is definitely well hidden in the lyrics, so be sure to hit that like button if you learned something new. But anyway, let's move on. Getting towards the end of our list, but certainly not the least, we have some secret information about Eminem and his collab with Ed Sheeran, and let me just say, this one is really unexpected. Right off the bat, many fans were a bit jumbled as to why the two were working together. They are completely different artists. One is a hardcore rapper, and the other is a slow pop country singer. Why? Here's the answer. So in a recent Instagram post by Ed Sheeran, he stated that, I've had to hold on to the secret for a long time, but since it's just been announced, I can now tell you all, I did a song with Eminem for his new album Revival, which is out on the 15th of December, he wrote. He is one of the reasons I started writing songs and was such a pleasure to work with him. The song is called River. I hope you like it. That is absolutely crazy. How in the world did Eminem inspire Ed Sheeran to start making music? Like I said, complete opposites. But in the end, they are both very successful and prominent in the music industry right now. And it's cool they finally got to work together. I can't believe that Ed has been keeping that in for so long. After all these years of Ed Sheeran holding in the secret of being a huge Eminem fanboy, he finally lets everyone know. And they drop a great song which somehow worked perfectly, so I'll give you guys some points for that. You guys did great together. And finally guys, for the last spot on our list today, we have one more crazy secret fact about River that you're definitely gonna want to hear about. So be sure to listen in. Going along with our previous secret, we have another one coming from the artist Ed Sheeran. In a recent interview after releasing the song, Ed said that Eminem's music, specifically the Marshall Mathers LP, is the reason he got over his stutter. He stated this in an interview with Rolling Stone. So I'm starting to think that Ed Sheeran is made by Eminem. Like Eminem is the reason you don't stutter in your music, or even just in general. It's crazy to think that Ed Sheeran is so inspired by Eminem of all help people, and we would never have known this if this song wasn't released for the world to listen to. In the end, it's just crazy. That's all I have to say. It's crazy. I hope to see more of the two collaborating in songs, as they are just the perfect duo, and one of them is a huge fan of the other, making it perfect. That's the end of the video. Be sure to subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next King Trending upload. Peace.